welcome to The Truth Will Not Be Silenced, the show that allows people to be seen, to be heard, and to be human. I'm your host, Melissa Woodfork White. In today's episode, we will talk about Love's Art Aesthete with Shakeyla Shinholster. Sharing our stories allows us to be seen, to be heard, and to be human. There will be a special surprise at the end of the show. Be sure to listen all the way through for the details. Our special guest today is Shakeyla Shinholster. She is a professional painter. She is a young woman living with Arthrogryposis, and she's going to pronounce that later. I don't want to butcher it. I just butchered it. I'm so sorry. Multiple Congenita, known as AMC, who writes, draws, and paints with her mouth. She is not mobile and cannot use her hands. Shakeyla loves art and painting. She does custom paintings and portraits of loved ones and their animals. She can literally paint anything. She is an award-winning artist, public speaker, singer-songwriter, and self-published author. Shakeyla is going to share with us about Love's Art Aesthete. Hi, Shakeyla. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes, thank you. So tell our audience, when did you first fall in love with art?
I would say art fell in love with me. It chased me. So when I was younger, I want to say kindergarten, like 5 years old, I had an art teacher. Her name was Miss Neese, and she wanted me to paint and be in competitions and stuff. And so I did that for a while, and I was really shy, but I tried my best. And also I had a brother. Well, I have a brother. He paints as well. Well, he used to. And I was just really inspired by him. I was like, I want to draw. I remember going to the Art Institute of Atlanta with him to visit, and I just said, oh, I want to be here. I want to be an artist. So that's when my love of art started. And then later on, as I got older, I stopped painting because I just wanted to fit in with my friends, you know, be a little hooligan. And so I think like when I turned 22, it came back to me. I just wanted to paint. And so my love for art just kept growing and growing. And here I am right now.
Wow. Can you share with us how painting with your mouth is not an easy task?
No, it's not.
So can you tell us about how you were able to perfect that painting with your mouth, because you don't have your hands or fingers due to your AMC? And pronounce that for me. The AMC is called
Arthrogryposis.
Yes, thank you so much. I don't want to butcher it anymore. Even though I'm an English teacher and I teach English, that one right, the medical terms always put me in a tongue twister.
Yeah, it
so
is.
With that being said, explain to us the process, because it's not an easy thing to do.
Well, actually, for me, it is quite easy. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so when I was like 5, again, I was 5 years old, all of my classmates, they were learning how to write their alphabets, and I was learning too, and they had someone to come in and teach me how to write with my mouth. So I've been writing with my mouth since I was a child, so just putting a paintbrush in it, it was nothing.
Wow. So what would take most of us years to learn, do it with our mouths, it came natural to you because that's what you have to use.
Yeah, that's what I have. You know, you have to use what God blesses you with. Like, yes. I can't use my hands, so he was like, use your mouth. I was like, okay.
Well, all right. And so yes, I'm still impressed, because I'm, you know, just being able to be a professional painter and you're doing it using your mouth. I see one of your paintings right behind you. I see a couple of your paintings right behind you.
Yes.
And beautiful. I've seen some of your work prior to this interview. I mean, just beautiful. And it looks like someone used their hands to do it, and you did it with your mouth. And so that's why I said, from a person on the outside looking in, that's not an easy task. But for you, you make it seem like a walk in the park.
I just love it.
Wow. So tell us, we understand how you fell in love with art. Well, wait, correction, how art chose you. Okay. So how did you become a professional painter? Take us from, you've already told us the background to loving art. Take us to becoming a professional, award-winning painter.
Well, honestly, an art career, this professional thing was all by accident. I'm not gonna lie. I was just doing it for fun. I started painting and I just wanted to put myself on YouTube and Facebook just because. And they reached out to me, some people reached out to me and they wanted me to be in a show for a fundraiser. It's called Joy's Toy Box, and it donates toys to kids that are in the hospital and stuff. And so yeah, I went, I did my first show, and then there were people there at the show. They were like, hey, can you join this art association with us? And so I joined the art association, and the rest is history. I started doing events. I started doing more shows at galleries. It just came to me. It was amazing. It's all God, not me, because I'm like, how did this happen?
Amen. Tell us about some of your shows, from your first professional show, the most memorable. Just walk us through different experiences.
Let me think. Okay, so there's this place called the Southern Art Dance Studio. It's in Noonan, Georgia, and they have a gallery there. And I did it with multiple artists. I've never had my own solo shows, but I hope to have my very own solo show soon. That's what I really want. But I sold pieces there, and
how was that experience?
Oh, it was like amazing. I was like, they like it? Because, you know, at first I was charging like $50, $75, even $25 for like some paintings. And one of my art friends came up to me. He said, are you selling art or are you selling crafts?
Wow.
So that really stuck with me.
And what's the significance of that? Explain that one to us.
Just knowing my worth. I put a lot of time into it, and I paint with my mouth for sakes. Like, come on, I don't know, I was just cutting myself the short end of the stick, and I just didn't want it to be too expensive. I was like, well, what if it's too expensive and nobody buys it? But I learned that it doesn't matter, because the piece will end up with the person that it's supposed to be with anyway.
That right there, that just hit me. That just hit me, because that just resonates in all of life. And so that right there, you are so right. So when your artist friend had said to you, are you selling art? Are you selling craft? That was for you to take note of your worth. And the prices, from what I understand you're saying, the prices and what he was saying are craft prices. They're not art prices.
Yeah.
And so that's a very powerful experience right there. That's a very powerful one. So from that point on, your next show, so you picked up all of these wonderful gems with your first professional show. What happened with the next one?
I put my prices up and they still bought it. Okay. Like, even if they didn't buy it at the show, they'll buy it from my website. And I've sold paintings from just everywhere, from all over. I have a painting in Kansas. I have a painting in London. I have a painting.
You're international.
In South Carolina, just everywhere. Like, I just ship it out. I've never met these people. Sometimes they'll be like, oh, this painting touches me. I want it. And so I'm like, okay, I'll just ship it out to you. It's incredible.
Wow, that is such a blessing. Can you share with us another show that you did after you did your first professional show?
Yeah, there was this show. Well, it's not really a show. It's like an art walk. You set up downtown and you paint. I paint live in front of everyone, and I sell paintings there. Okay. And that's why I met the lady that took an elephant from me from here to the UK in London.
So she was visiting in
She's
Atlanta,
visiting a
the Atlanta
friend.
metropolitan area, and she bought your art and took it back home with her to London in England.
Yeah.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
Can you share with us a recent show that you did, or a recent painting, portrait that you've done that really just resonated with you?
Well, right now I haven't been in any shows simply because of the pandemic. I had
Right.
2 years off, and I'm trying to get back into it. So I'm really hoping this year I have my own solo show. I want a heavenly art show. I know that sounds interesting,
Yes, it does.
but I have like these paintings already of Black people as angels. I painted Miles Davis holding the trumpet like he's an angel, like the final trumpet.
Yes.
And I just want a show centered around that. And I think the piece that touches me the most is the piece that I've done of my late grandmother. And it's an oil painting, and it's just so beautiful. I have her sitting in like a heavenly garden, and it looks like a glow is around her. I wish I could show it to you, but it's on the wall. But
no, you're fine. You're doing a wonderful job describing it to us. It sounds beautiful.
Yes, and I just want it centered around that, and I want to just paint my visions and dreams. I see a lot of things in my dreams. God shows me a lot of stuff. And so I want to like reflect those things I've seen in my dreams and put into art and have a show and call it a heavenly art show.
That sounds amazing. And I actually look forward to that happening. That sounds wonderful. Can you share with us some of your favorite artists and then tell us why they're your favorite artists?
Frida Kahlo. I love the way that she was a disabled artist like me. She struggled, but she let the art speak for itself. She was amazing. I follow these artists on Instagram. Their names are Sabrina Howard. She's from Mississippi. She's one of my friends, my little online art friends. We talk. And she is incredible. She's been painting for years, probably like 20 years.
Wow.
And like her work is jaw-dropping. It makes you think. Like, I don't know. I can't describe it. You just have to look her up, Sabrina Howard.
Okay.
And she's had celebrity clients and different little stuff. She's really cool. And my friend Angelo, the one I told you about, are you selling art or are you selling crafts?
Yes.
He inspires me. He inspires the grind, the drive. He's older than me. And he knows so much. He's so wise, and he's a veteran. And his work is mostly abstract and mixed media. So yeah.
Well, I'm glad that you brought that up, because that's what I was going to get into. What types of paintings do you do? So you just touched on some abstract and some other things. So what type of paintings do you do?
Well, I paint whatever I feel in the moment. You might get a painting from a vision or a dream, or you might get just a concept. I want Black people to be seen as beautiful in art. And so I like to display that. And I also like to incorporate nature. I've been incorporating nature a lot more. As you see, like in the back, those are some roses. And at first I wasn't sure about myself with painting roses, because people paint them differently. And I was like, hold up, how about I paint them how I want to paint them?
Yes.
So I've been doing that.
They are very unique. And
yeah,
so it's not your typical rose that we learn how to draw in art class. And so it's very your rose. And so that is nice. And then looking at the nature picture behind you too, if you can describe that one for us.
I was at the lake and I wanted to do a live painting, just looking at my surroundings. So I painted the lake that I usually go to, and I incorporated myself into the picture as well. Like you can see the back of it, of me in the painting. And then you can't really see at the top because it's cut off, but I also have airplanes up there because planes fly over that lake all the time. It's by an airport.
Okay. What lake is that, if you don't mind me asking?
It's called Lake McIntosh.
I think I'm familiar with that one. And you said that's the one that's over by the Atlanta airport, right?
No, it's a small airport. I can think of
Oh, okay.
It's
Oh, you're fine. You're
Yeah.
fine. It's just that I'm familiar because I used to live there for a while before me and my family moved out to Phoenix. So I was trying to see if I could recall and remember, but it's beautiful. It's very beautiful.
Thank
Now,
you.
you are very welcome and very talented and very blessed to have this professional painting career and just have your work international around. I am excited for you and the things that you have planned that are going to come to pass. You'll have your own show to be centered around your own theme of heavenly, and it just sounds amazing. Can you tell us today, how does sharing your story help others?
You would be surprised. I've had people weep. I've had people really cry with my work and what I've done. I've had a woman who hadn't been out of the house in like a year because she has like high anxiety. And she used to paint as well. And she saw me at one of my art events at the art walk, and she bought the painting that I was making outside. And it really changed her life. It changed her perspective. My art, it helped her get out of her depression. And I was like, my art helped someone get out of depression.
Remember, it's all in the person who's actually seeing it or looking at it.
Yes, because that night, well, before that event, like I want to say a week before the event, when I was preparing myself for the event, I heard God plain this day while I was in bed. He said, paint giraffes. I said, giraffes? I was like, okay. And that was her favorite animal.
Wow.
And it helped her. And I would have never known that. That was all God. God really wanted me to help her with my art.
Nice. That is amazing. I want to say some of the nuggets that I got from you today is not letting anything get in your way. And so even though you have your condition, AMC, you did not let that get in the way of you becoming a professional painter. And you have made a profession out of it, touched so many people's lives. That's just one of the many gems that I got from you today. Another one that I got from you today is just about just being remindful. I mean, I'm grateful every day that, you know, I get to see another day. My family gets to see another day. We're all still here on this side of the earth. You know, I'm very grateful and blessed because of it. But you just put it all into perspective. You know, just a reminder to not take things for granted. You know, don't take the fact that, you know, I do have my fingers and my hands for granted. And, you know, I'm just amazed is what I'm saying. Thank you so much. And so I'll just look forward to seeing great things, more great things from you. And I can see how your work is helping the connection that you have to your work and your work that it has to you, and then to the people who buy your work. And so it's very powerful. And so with that being said, tell all of our viewers and listeners how they can get in contact with you, how they can get your paintings, how they can have you paint for them. Tell us.
Okay, so all of my social media, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok is Shakeyla's Treasures. And you spell my name SHAKEYLAS, and then Treasures is at the end of it. You can find me on there. And I have an Etsy shop, and it's under Shakeyla's Treasures as well. If you want paintings.
Sounds good. Do you have any upcoming events? I know you're planning for yours, and that is going to happen at a later date, but do you have any other shows or any events that you're up and coming that you're going to do that maybe people in the area can come out and check you out?
Not that I know of, not right now. Right now, I'm focused on going to a school this week, well, next week. And I'm gonna talk to the kids and paint for them. That's another thing I like to do.
That's a big deal. You're like, I don't really have anything going on, but I'm going to a school. Yes, you do. That's a big deal. You're about to go impart your professionalism as a painter onto these beautiful children and their beautiful minds. And then they get to witness and see you do that. That's inspiring within itself. Please don't cut yourself short. See, I'm sounding like your painter friend. Please don't downplay that.
I'm humble.
So for all of our listeners and our viewers, our audience, you guys, check out Shakeyla's Treasures on social media. Check out Shakeyla's Treasures at her Aesthete shop and be sure to contact her for all of your painting needs. Thank you so much, Shakeyla, for being on my show and for sharing your story and just for being an encouragement. And I mean, I'm just in awe. I'm in awe. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. It was so much fun.
Thank you. So next week, we'll continue to discuss and have conversations about real experiences, personal and professional, stories that need to be shared, seen, and heard that makes us human. The truth will not be silenced, to be seen, to be heard, and to be human. The surprise. If you like and leave a positive comment about this show, you will get a shout out. This includes businesses, products, services, organizations, and events. Following the link in the show notes lets Buzzsprout know we sent you and help support our show. Buzzsprout is the best way to launch a professional podcast. Want to ask a question, be a guest, or subscribe to this podcast? The truth will not be silenced. Click on the show link. Thank you for joining us today.